Hello and welcome to another update video on Solana. I only want to focus here on the smaller time frame. Larger time frame wise, there hasn't been any change. There's no adjustment necessary. So the idea is still at the moment that we are, not even here there's an adjustment. I mean, it's still looking like the count we talked about yesterday in the last video. So what are we looking at here? First of all, let's talk a little bit about the larger time frame trend. It's still up. Okay, so the larger time frame trend is up because we are tracking anyway from the April low we were tracking because it topped already, right? Into the May high, a 5-wave move up, then a corrective pullback. So that can be seen as a 1-2 setup. And then from there, from that low in June, which, that was a low that formed in a support region, we could identify a rally to the upside. So far, it's not clearly impulsive, best I can tell. So I'm tracking this at the moment as a diagonal pattern. Could be wrong about that. It might turn into an impulse at some point, but it's at the moment I cannot recognize it as an impulse. So it's probably a diagonal structure. And as a diagonal pattern, we have to give it room all the way down to the 61.8 retracement in a pullback of a wave 4. And the idea is that a third wave top there. That's the base case on the 22nd of July. And, well, that's like a third wave top, right? And we're basically now in a fourth wave pullback. Now, the fourth wave pullback might have completed here in a bit of an unusual structure. I'm saying that because of two things. First of all, the market reached our support zone. So whenever the market reaches one of these support zones, we should not be surprised if there's a reaction. That's why they're on the chart. I mean, they're not always reached, right? It's not, we're not prophets here, okay? It's all about analysis. But still, very often they are reached. And when they are reached, then there are typically reactions. So we can see such a reaction right now. That's the first reason. Second reason is that I can identify a micro 5-wave move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I therefore added already yesterday, but I've adjusted it this morning. I've added a micro support area for a wave 2. So we have a 1-2 setup here, right? So we can track this for higher prices now. It's a 1-2 setup on a very small time frame. And the support zone is 179.61 to 187.43. But if we break below 179.61, we are likely going to reach here this area around the 100% extension level. That needs to be adjusted whenever we push a little higher. That would mean that this here was likely just a B wave top. We're coming down, but there's no evidence for that because we haven't reached the 100% extension. Had the market now formed a very clear 3-wave move up, A, B, C, which ideally would have reached $199, because that's an ideal ABC pattern based on Fibonacci proportions, I'd be a little bit more confident it's a B wave rally and we're coming down in wave C. But what we actually see here is a 1-2 setup, which could lead to higher prices, basically like that, 1-2, And that, again, it doesn't mean we have to test support levels. It would be ideal. Now, I have added the alternative scenario. If we now break out higher and rally substantially from here, this was a 1-2 setup, and this is another one. It's a more direct pathway. But I've labeled this only as alternative scenario because it would look better with a broader wave 2, which might unfold over the coming sessions, and then, higher. Now, the base case is at the moment that we go higher, that we are in a diagonal pattern. What I'm a bit unsure about is whether we get this broader wave 4. I think at this point, because at least at the moment, it looks more like a micro 5-wave move up, I would prefer that we've already bottomed in this wave 4, and we're moving higher in the 5th wave. But that can change, so I will only focus on that as a primary scenario, as long as we're holding above $179.60. So that's the update on Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership Also, if you're interested in additional updates, check out our X channel. There are additional, not that, there are additional, asked a question about frog coins earlier today on X. So there are additional updates here and so on. So check it out. I posted the link in the description and the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.